good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Azim. Featuring Jade, Gwenny, Gwenisha, Gwyneth Paltrow, Gwen, ID to Johnson, who is not here with us today because she decided to just not do it.
That's how they be, I tell you. That's how they be. Just grieving CPL. Ain't even gonna happen.
Right? It's just CPL wolves, and she just, okay, not me.
I can't do this, yeah. But Kevin, such is life. How you doing?
Such is life. Fine, I am. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good to great. Good to great. Yeah. What I recognize is that what works for me is just a decision that I've made to totally ignore all of my problems and to not deal with them and pretend they don't exist. And it's great. It's great. I'm not suggesting it for anyone else, but yeah, it's great.
Are you sure?
Let me see how we play out in another year or so, and then I could let the people know.
But it is Thursday, September 30th, and the time is 8:07 a.m., and we all know what Thursday means on this show.
Boom bang.
It's time to grind some gears. I ain't gonna guess to grind, though.
You're gonna guess to grind?
I don't think so, until somebody trigger me.
You see what going on here? You see what? This might end up being my gear. I literally just said I'm not giving this as advice to anybody. Morning, Witty.
And here we are.
Witty can say I don't think that's very good advice. I didn't give any advice at all. Which brings me to my gear, which I didn't have one until like 2 seconds ago. But people who don't hear what you say and hear what they want to hear. Like you would literally say, for instance, when this comes up a lot, it comes up a lot when you have a grievance against somebody. So somebody you feel wronged, or you felt somebody should have dealt with something differently, and you express that, and they don't fully understand what it is your gripe is and try to minimize it. So for instance, I might be upset about the fact that person A, let me see like a proper example. Like, these situations where you learn about something kind of by the way. It's like you could tell the person didn't really intend to tell you, but you end up having to tell you anyway. Just because like some scenario come up and they had to let you know. And it might not have been anything that was a big deal, but it's like, why you didn't tell me? And instead of them focusing on the fact that your gripe is the intention you had to deceive me, they focus on it, but it wasn't a big deal. It's like that's not the issue. I literally that's not the issue. That does grind my gears, eh? That is grinder. That does grind my gears, I can tell you. That I just had another example, but if I say it on here, I probably can just walk out the studio and then there'll be nobody here. There'll be nobody here to But yeah, people, you need to listen keenly when you have upset somebody to find out exactly what the person's issue is. And yeah, sometimes we have trouble expressing it, but a lot of the times we look at, you know what's another one too? When somebody late and you express the fact that you don't like that they were late. And they minimize it by going, but you ain't dead.
at that point.
I don't understand, like, you know how on one end people go, but you have life. People also twist it around all the time and be like, but you ain't dead.
Yeah, that's the other one. It's either you have life or you ain't dead.
Imagine you do something to somebody and then the person express the fact that they didn't like what you did. You say, but ain't like you dead, yeah. Ain't like you dead. Oh boy. Yeah, boy. That's what they call gaslighting? I don't know.
Kinda. So gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, with it saying you ain't there is a rude answer to anything, and I have to agree.
It is. It really is.
But people have to drop it, eh?
Yeah, you ain't dead. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm aware, I'm still alive, but like, thanks for the notice, I didn't notice.
Oh my. But yeah, you don't have no gears?
I don't think so, because I'm okay.
The gears where I really want going and get thrown off the ears, so I can cool.
I think we should give it a go.
No. No. Nah. I don't think so.
Oh, I think I know the gears.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It's a good gear to grind by.
I was waiting for the right time to grind it. Waiting for the right time to grind it. Yeah. But yeah, possibly best that we leave that one alone. You want to open the phone lines and see what people gears are? Yeah, but hold on there. I realized. Let me see what I'm gonna have with this phone here. Okay. Yeah, the phone is reset. If you have a gear, call in.
Yes, if you have a gear to grind, please call in because Kevin is at peace today.
Yeah, he's
no gears to grind.
He's
like on wait today.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, the heavens opened up and peace shone on Kevin. I was talking to somebody last night about comfort and the fact that I feel like comfort is a drug. And there's some people who are addicted to comfort and it hinders their progress. So I feel like sometimes I just looked down, I was like, wait, that's Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa and Pop Smoke playing in the background. But yeah, I was telling somebody that I feel like comfort is a drug and a lot of people around here drunk on it. But that's neither here nor there because we have somebody on the phone line. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's your gear?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we have
Call
another
back
one.
so we can hear the gear.
Yeah, we have another one.
Peace.
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's your gear?
I am on the air. Am I?
Yes, sir. You are.
No, I didn't really want to be here. Anyway, I have a question to ask. The programming on Monday morning, Talking Trash, is not being here to live anymore. It's rebroadcast I've been doing all the time for the last 2 weeks.
No, it's live. We actually had them in studio on Tuesday. They spoke to I think it's Errol Brown from the I think he works at the Marine Department.
That's correct. But I really haven't heard anybody call, and I thought they're not accepting calls, and it was rebroadcast. But
No. No,
It's still aired live.
It's aired live. I think they requested the past 2 weeks that there be no calls.
Okay, so as of next week, they're going to be accepting calls.
Well, I don't know.
Possibly it's up to them because what happens as well is sometimes the callers do consume some of the time that they'd like to share the content they bring in. So sometimes they do request to not take any calls so they can get their messages out.
Well, how are they going to get any message if we are supposed to be collaborating with the general public for them to know what's taking place when they're not everywhere? I mean, to me, it doesn't make much sense if you have a program and a part of the program is to at least inform and educate the general public without them having...
Which is why they would sometimes not request callers to call in so they could have the time to educate the public.
But so if you do have some information that would be helpful to the solid waste management department, you could also call them directly. Maybe that's an option you could exercise as well.
Like some institutes, some institution, they never really answer the phone. Anyway, sir, I thank you for listening, and please have a good day.
All right, man. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Zen. Kevin is Zen.
I'm Zen. 100%. Do we have any more callers on the line and would like to grind some gears?
Not right now. No. Not right now.
Okay. Well, I think in the sake of do I have a gear to grind?
You might as well grind it.
Maybe I do.
All right,
Maybe I do. I just see what.
Before you grind it, let's see what this caller has to say.
Okay.
Good morning, caller. Live on Island T. What's up?
Dr. Mojo, this is Iceman.
Hey, what you saying?
I'm alright. A few gears ground this week. But anyway, let me not air my dirty laundry. One gear I hate. I don't know if you guys have this. When you're washing dishes and you feel you have washed the last dish. You
I know where this is going.
Of relief. And then you turn around and you see that pot or that top or something that warrants your attention. It is not a very good feeling.
Bro,
it is not a very good feeling.
That's not the worst. The worst is when you get to that point, you're totally exhausted, but yet there's this relief because you've washed the last dish, and then someone comes and just gently rests down the dishes.
See, I live alone, so that's why I forgot about that.
Yeah, that
I don't do even that either.
Yeah, that there might cause families to break up. That could ruin a marriage. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's divorce papers somewhere out where that is stated as the reason for the divorce.
I needed that man. $40. 40. Yeah. All right, I got off.
All right, man, appreciate it.
All right, thank you. But that's a fun grind. But that's very annoying. Like when you wash the dishes and you think you're done, and you turn around and you see the 3 pot them sitting on the stove still.
By actually a pot.
And it's just like nobody like washing pots. Nobody like washing pots.
I don't even know where they exist.
Are the worst. And you think you're done, and you're like, yeah, last dish. You start to squeeze out the sponge, and you start to, get ready to turn off the thing, and you turn around and the 2 pot they're much, and you're like.
At this point is when you start lying to yourself. That is when I generally start lying to myself. It's one of the few times in life that I lie to myself repeatedly, because at that point I go, I'll wash them pot there, nobody got to soak. So
that's when that's the solution too.
So you got to
for
soak
me,
them.
It's like, okay,
look here, you boil it,
soak.
Brother, you boil an egg in the pot, the pot got soak. The pot got soak. You throw some water in it, drop a little dish liquid in the bottom of it, and you leave it right there until whenever. Because the feeling ain't a good feeling. But good morning, caller, live on Island T. What's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Dear Grinder, the traffic lights not being commissioned. I'm trying to figure out the connection between the work at Bedrock and say the College Street lights cut. I don't think they're integrated, whether by GPS or whatever. So I think a good idea would be to phase in the operation of the different locations so that you don't have mass confusion when they commission everything one time, which is the excuse I'm hearing. I ain't even going back to the fact that the planning was off, because at this stage it should have been, really seamless, knowing where they were going, the traffic flow, etc. And it's grinding my gears. The second one is the ATM's not working. I see National as a very progressive bank, modernization and all of that. But when they're down, they encourage people to use the ATM, less flow, and so inside the bank in a AC congested area, especially at these times. The ATMs are down and you don't hear any explanation, especially when it comes to the media. A simple explanation could save people time. Instead of going from the hospital to the main branch, to the circus branch, to the Pelican Mall, maybe even sometimes Frigate Bay if you feel like driving, only to find everything is down. So it's a broad-based thing. A simple, PSA or whatever they call them, might suffice. Just let the people know that it's an issue, and we won't be running all over. Especially if people want, money to do shopping and so on, they have to go in the line only to find out that it's not working. That's the second gear. That's it. Only going into gears.
Only two.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Carter. Thank you. Yeah, the ATM one is a serious one.
That's a good gear, though.
The ATM one is a serious one, man. Like I tend to frequent the one by the hospital. And it's kind of weird because once you're there and you realize that ATM ain't working, then the decision of where you go next, depending on the time of day or what day it is, it gets very tricky. Because if it's during the day, you're thinking, but if I go to any of those in town, probably ain't gonna find a parking.
That too. I think I just find a gear.
And then you start thinking, well, I have to go all the way up the industrial side or by the Sugars Complex. But I must say, because I've asked this question a lot of times, and sometimes my people just do some real crazy things to the ATMs. I don't know why. I don't know what I get in people's head to do the okay, if you didn't realize you use all your money, don't take it out on the ATM. If you realize you broke, like why the rest of us got to suffer? People shop all kind of things in the dispenser. People relieve themselves on the ATMs. Like all kind of craziness to be going on in the ATMs, but I don't understand. That in itself is a gear. But you were saying, Kevin?
Solid gear. I think I have a gear to grind, maybe. So, let's talk about parking in town. But this is more like a question / gear to grind. Do we think that persons that park in spots that consume an unnecessary amount of spots should be ticketed? Because we have people sometimes who park really dumb.
Yeah.
And take up 2 spots in the already parking restricted center of town. I am aware of the fact that town isn't marked with parking aside from Port Street. Port Street is the only spot that has like markings for cars to fit in.
Right.
Everywhere else is just kind of like just park and leave space for others. But we do have people sometimes who just drop in like 2 parking spots in the middle of 2 parking spots and consume spaces. Or even sometimes they park in a way that takes up 3 spots because of somebody now has to park weird to accommodate that. And do we think persons should be ticketed for parking like that?
I see what happened, right? I can tell you what happened too. It's easy to say, yeah, ticket the people, but a lot of times what has happened is the person who will get the ticket isn't the person who caused the problem. Because, like, for instance, one person might park bad, and then I have to kind of park bad to park, and then the person leaves, And then the parking is constantly rotating. So by the end of it, depending on how long I'm there, it looks like I'm the one that's parked wrong, and like everybody else just kind of fitting around me. So you end up looking like the culprit when really and truly you're a victim like everybody else. This morning when I was on my way here, I saw a young lady trying to park her car. And at first it was entertaining, but it quickly turned into a very frustrating exercise. I think by the time I ended up like just passing, the guy who was on the side trying to direct her, he was about to just jump in and park the car himself. But yeah, if they should be ticketed, maybe. But I guess for me too, it depends. And if it's marked. If it's marked, then yeah. But in places where it's not marked, it might be kind of difficult.
Okay, well, if the spot is marked, then I think it's fair to issue a ticket if you know parked badly based on the markings. Like you parked on the line of the marking, and you know for a fact you're consuming 2 parking spots.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what that means? Mark out the parking spot, please.
Right.
But I think that will take a while for us to get, because.
But not only that, I think
the priority.
Not only that, I think that we get into a point where progressively there's going to be less and less parking available in bars.
Oh yeah, it's been happening. Like I've seen it every month. They put on a new yellow line somewhere.
The caller talks about the traffic lights, but when those are commissioned. A lot of parking on in, trust me.
Yeah, parking is going to eat up from that alone.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody gonna go and mark out anything, cause who knows? Just know they might make the roads foot traffic only and all. The way things going.
Right.
So we're gonna have to wait and see.
Oh.
Speaking of traffic, gears. Gawain is highlighting the crawl by night drivers, the ones that pull out in front of you only to slow right down to a snail pace.
Listen, those get on my nerves. They will like literally swing out in front of you to the point where you almost have to like mash brakes to avoid, hitting them on like a driver's side door or passenger door, and then they will literally drive 2 miles per hour in front of you. So my thing is, if you're fighting to swing out at that speed, you ain't in a rush. Were you rushing like?
We're rushing out the stop to not rush. But say one, say two. Cause the other thing that annoys me is the people that risk life and limb of not only themselves and their passengers, but other road users to overtake and pass somebody only
to drive slow.
No, not to drive slow, to park or to turn down a junction. That there is, I just can't understand that. Like, you're already in the traffic. You pass 2-3 cars by junctions only to then take the left to go down it. Like, bro, you was gonna reach there literally in 5 seconds.
My thing is too, I don't know, and this might be a little tricky to talk about, but I don't really think that most overtaking in St. Kitts is necessary, unless the person is actually driving slow.
Bro,
or
I don't get
driving slow. If you're really driving slow, then overtake. That makes sense, because we're trying to speed up the traffic and not create congestion. But if somebody's driving at a regular speed, what's the purpose in overtaking? Because then we got our hit a stop in 2 seconds, and then we are back to back.
Bro, in St. Kitts,
we are
it's very difficult. It's very difficult to make up 10 minutes no matter where you're going.
Exactly, you cannot.
So
it's very difficult.
It does be interesting to me again for the life riskers. My grandfather just said they want them who drive like they're late for hell. Right? And they pass you around a corner, they pass you as oncoming traffic is coming in. You got to slow down to allow them in. because you just didn't feel like witnessing a death today. And literally 100 meters down the road, we all got to stop. So I'm literally sitting directly behind you. It's like you almost kill yourself and you ain't gained 2 seconds. Like literally you did not gain 2 seconds.
My thing is, think it is so small that you, like you said, it's impossible to make up time on the road. If you are late leaving, there is nothing you can do to arrive on time. I have driven for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5-hour distances, and I'm driving at speeds that are sometimes beyond what you should drive, because you're allowed to, in some places, you're allowed to go 10 over the speed limit.
Bro, I've been a European highway.
I don't even shave off 10 minutes off of a 3-hour drive. You don't shave off 10 minutes. So where y'all rushing going? If I can't shave off 10 minutes off of a 3-hour drive, what makes you think you're gonna shave off 5 minutes off of a 2-minute drive?
Bro, if me and you're driving, right? And we like, let's say we in West Farm, Boyd's, Trinity. If I'm driving at like anywhere near to the speed limit and you overtake me, I just waiting to put up on you in Challengers, yeah.
Yeah, because my thing is,
I know I'm gonna be directly behind you in Challengers. Like it's gonna happen.
Unless I am creeping on the road, overtaking is basically unnecessary.
The only time I'd really overtake is when, like you said, the person's driving at a slow pace, or the person is driving in a way that is difficult for me to.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me to assess what it is going on in your life.
Yeah.
Like this, like I don't like to drive behind rentals. I'm sorry.
Honestly.
Sometimes I just let them go about the business. So sometimes overtaking ain't the answer. Sometimes the answer is to run along.
Just let them go.
Yeah, run along on your merry way. So there was this time I was heading over the peninsula and there were these 2 CRVs racing. And I remember telling the person who I was driving with, I was like, you know what, let's let them there go. Like, let's pull over here. I really didn't want to witness when they went over the cliff. Like, I just didn't want to see it. You know what I mean? Plausible deniability is a powerful thing. I want nobody. Man.
Right. Listen.
You could believe Jade ain't come in, but still on the live talking. I want to add comments.
No, we can't see it.
Oh, okay.
We blocked her.
How you hide comments on this thing? I know.
we have blocked her.
But someone who shall not be mentioned is also talking about the people who blast their horn at you as soon as the light turns green. It's like, sir, I was not literally counting down the time on the crosswalk to accurately anticipate when the light was going to turn green. Like, okay, like I'm like, okay, my vehicle have like the auto off at the light, right? So you know when I stop at the light, it turns off. So by the time I take my foot off, the vehicle starts back up and begins to move. Not only that, especially if I'm at the front of the line, I see people when the light done red running through still. So I always give it a 2 or 3 seconds before I
always have the random person who mad dash across the street.
Right. So I always give it a 2 or 3 seconds before I decide to enter into the traffic. And then it'll be like, boss, like, if I was a different kind of man, I might just lock off the vehicle. Like,
I've done that before, you know. Not in St. Kitts, but I've done it before.
Right. People be
wilding, bro. Yeah. I just stop. I park, put the car in park.
I do that on my road here. I live on a dirt road, so that's a gear going now. I live on this particular topic has about 20 gears in it, including the fact that I live up there for 30 years and I can't get a road yet. And the government's paving road, where the only road user are the goats.
Or when no house be yet?
Yeah, are the goats on their way to dinner and breakfast in the morning. Well, anyway.
But the multiple houses on your road don't count.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know so imagine you just watch a vehicle, they're coming on the road, so you're trying to take your time, drive slow, and then here comes this person doing 80 miles an hour on the dirt road coming up. So you know what, the only logical response you have is to literally turn sideways in the road and lock off your vehicle. But what else you gonna do? What else you gonna do? See, there's nothing else you could do. You just literally just lock off the vehicle, wait till it does settle, maybe make a call or two, and then you carry on your journey. Yeah. Logical responses only, people.
Logical
responses
only.
Indeed.
Do we have any callers that would like to grind some gears? Because we've been pretty light today. I think our souls are at peace-ish.
Yeah, we zen. Your chakras are in alignment. You look like you're aligning them right now, actually.
I did do a morning meditation, like I usually do, but...
Bro, I have not been on my meditation tip for like the past 3-4 weeks. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to get my life back on track. But we have a caller. Good morning, caller 11 LNT. What's up?
Interestingly, you just finished cleaning your car. You're driving on the road, rain, fall.
Oh, that's
a fella drive up the road in a muddle of water. He couldn't see you now here, especially a bus driver. Splash everything gone over your car, don't you again?
By that one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. That one there will make you question a lot of things. By is there God?
People are not considerate. People are not considerate. And sometimes even though you're right, you need to give it up. You're right, let the person go. Let them go. It's okay because it saves time. You have to wait and police if an accident comes. You want to be dead right?
Literally.
Let them go. Let them go. Let somebody want to pass you, let them pass. What are you trying to say? Why he hurry for and all of that? No. They want to go, let them go. And you coming out a stop sign, somebody coming out a stop sign, be courteous. Sometimes let them come out. They might be in a hurry, more hurry than you think. So we need a little to be more courteous to each other. Thank you very much. Have a great day, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes I don't like to stop and let go, especially if I realize there's a backup at a certain junction. Yeah, I just want them people to let people go. Come on, I guess what happened to I again coming off the dirt road, trying to come onto the main road. Like sometimes you sit there, especially at the mornings, and nobody letting you out by. So I know what I feel. I try to do
I always try to be a little courteous.
Yeah, I try to do unto others.
My thing is to, like, if I always try to be courteous and let people out, because my thing is, like, we all, the country ain't big enough for me letting you out to become a major inconvenience in my journey. So I just let you out because the only time I would like not let you out is if like I look, because I always look behind me to see if there's a line of cars behind me. If there's more cars behind me, then I would stop to let you out.
Right.
If there's nothing behind me, then you could come out after I pass.
Yeah, but we have a caller, Kaban. Good morning, caller 11 LT. What up? Oh. See this other person trying to get in. Let's see. Good morning, caller. Oh, I think they've been there too long, so. He said, not me. I am not courteous. Bye. Hey, people with extreme road rage, they scare me. People with extreme road rage, like the road rage where they like hang out the window and like abuse people more than so. Oh boy, it's like, miss, sorry, I just would let my grandmother out the vehicle. This the mother you want? This is the mother you was abusing? Oh boy. Oh, caller's coming back. Let's see. Good morning, caller 11 LNT. What's up?
My road is my room. Right? My get again, right?
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that yourself in Allah in the grocery store. When you learn long, you know the Covet situation. Right? You learn them long. And people go in the supermarket. Take about food basket of stuff. When you go to the cashier, you go $100 to that. So then you got to keep all them stuff there. I do not understand. You know you don't have a budget. So you pick up a whole card, cost $600, $700, and you only got $150. And then turn up the whole line for next half an hour. That's the getting good.
Oh, that's a real thing. You know why it happened to me yesterday? It happened to me yesterday. I literally in the line, right? Kevin, I in the line, and I have in my basket, right, some cucumbers, right, some tomatoes, and some gluten-free cookies, and of course grapes. 4 items, right? Of course grapes. Like, yeah, I have to say, I got to the store, there's grapes in the cat, right? So this woman got up in front of me, right, and she can't look like as if she believed the hurricane Sam's still coming. So now, at the time in the store, there was only 2 cash registers, thing. So, and I come another person to like me in the latter run around. I don't join a line like I hear, you know, that kind of way.
Right.
So I just gonna walk out and wait for the lady. The lady, and she phone you, Kevin. Just putting the things out she can, putting the things out she can. The reason I mentioned that she's on her phone is, had she been paying attention, she'd realize that the cost of the things in her cart way exceeded the money she had in her purse. Right?
Yeah, they played nice to the boy.
The woman got the lady scrolling through the screen to see what to take off. And I just standing up with my 4 things in my cart, right? And I just watching the lady like, bye. Yo, I felt like all of this now, because yesterday was very, very frustrating. Watch out, Kevin. I kid you not, over half of the things the woman put back here.
Of course.
And
what else you gonna do?
And on top of that, right, the cashier still had to pull, I don't know if it was her own money or some change that somebody left. She still had to pull like $2 or $3 to give the woman
to help
to build up. Hey, it's
well. You know what else is going my gears? When persons with like super full shopping carts don't let somebody with a drink in their hand go first. Like, I mean, saying you need to let everybody
that's fighting words, by.
Yeah, I mean, like, saying that you have to let everybody, because then if like 6 people come with a drink in their hand, I ain't saying that you have to like let all 6 of them go. Right, but it's like, you know, you're gonna be there for a long time, and this person has a drink and a chicken in their hand. Just let them go.
I think what happened to a few times I saw it done, it ended up where the person start a whole scene like, I said 10, this is only 12. It's like, but how people be wrong and strong by like that?
Right, just like, come on, really?
Oh man,
let's just be people.
I don't understand it. You want one more call? Let's see.
Yeah, why not?
Good morning. Yeah, good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
I want to give an opinion on the corona.
Is it gear to grind, or you just feel like talking about corona?
Now, hold on. I was listening to you yesterday. Now, hear what I'm saying, right? I'm saying, from November 2019, when the corona thing first started, up to March, April, 2021, St. Kitts had 40 something cases of corona. We had no deaths. We started a mass vaccination campaign. In 6 months, we have had almost 2,000 cases and 13 deaths. I am saying, if the injection is supposed to bring about immunity, at this point, we have passed the 70%. I heard you say 2/3 yesterday, 33, and we got 20-something fully vaccinated out of the, you call the number. I am saying, if the injection is working, cases should be slowing down. We have passed the 70% herd immunity. You don't hear that no more. The Prime Minister now gone up to 80%. Something is not right. You all are young people and thinking people. If a vaccine is supposed to induce immunity, so I could walk through the fire and can't get burned, then something is wrong with this one. We are looking only at one side of the issue. We are looking at the vaccine. 99%, actually, the statistics is saying corona ain't killing you. When somebody gets corona, they are given a 14 days quarantine. And if they feel a headache or feel a little sick, take some paracetamol. There is no medical treatment for what is supposed to be the most deadly disease in this century. Something is wrong. The numbers are not adding up. When we begin, we had no data. We now have data. The injection started. We have data now. Something is not adding up. You all are young people. Think. Have a good day.
Okay. That was a weird gear, bye. That was a weird gear, but such is life. Such is life. But guys, I think we are at the point where we're about to end off the Going Your Gear segment for this morning, and we are going to actually take a short break and be right back right here on Win Media SKN with more Island Tea. So stay locked, stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Be a hero. September is the month of heroes in St. Kitts and Nevis. And for the months of September to October, Bosphorus Automotive wants you to be a hero too. Yes! Drive like a hero at the massive Bosphorus Automotive Be a Hero sales event. Go to Horsford's Automotive today and drive away like a hero with up to $35,000 discount on select models. Your choice of either free gas for 3 months or up to $1,000 in free groceries. Pay just 10% VAT. Yo, just 10% VAT. Free servicing for 1 year. Free bill of sale. Free registration, licensing, and tinting. Zero down payment. That's right. Absolutely zero down payment. And much, much more. Drive away like a hero from Horsford's Be a Hero sales event. The biggest, most heroic sales event ever in the Federation. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Currently, there are rumors and falsified reports circulating on social media about the novel coronavirus. For accurate information and updates, visit the Instagram and Facebook page of the Health Promotion Unit or the Ministry's YouTube channel at SYNKITS Health Promotion Unit or SYNKITS HPU. You may also visit online the World Health Organization or the Caribbean Public Health Agency. For further contact information, please contact the Ministry of Health for more info at 467-1172 or 467-1108. You can also be sure to follow the news to get the local COVID-19 updates. Let's all try to remain healthy and well. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Azim, featuring Jade Gwen Johnson, who is at home watching us fail miserably.
So they be, I tell you, so they be.
Well, womp. But here we are. Have no fear, for we are here. Yeah.
Indeed.
Let's start off our tea time with your. Okay, my computer is not loading. There we go. Let's start it off with your COVID update. So here's your COVID update as of Wednesday, 29th September 2021. Total confirmed cases within the last 24 hours stands at 30. Total number of cases that we've had since the beginning of this pandemic now stands at 1,948. Active cases are 940. Recovered cases 995. Number of cases between both St. Kitts and Nevis. For St. Kitts we have 1,615. For Nevis we have 333. And we now have 13 deaths. I don't think we're taking this death toll thing seriously as the public, meaning the public. I don't think we're taking it seriously because this went from 0 to 3 to like 8, and now it's 13.
We have 3 in the last 3 days. Yeah, but Yeah. I think I think what's happening is a lot of people are, COVID fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah, big time.
And and I think the response for a lot of people is, let's just throw our hands up in the air and whatever happen, and so I think that's where the feeling that the deaths aren't impactful coming from. I think that's where it comes from. I don't think people just don't care, and whatever. I think in isolation, yes, people care, but I think a lot of people at the point now we hear people say it, like who went dead, and them kind of things. So, yeah, I mean it's yeah. I mean, I understand people's frustration, but that kind of rhetoric, like I'm not at the place to be uttering them kind of things. So, right, yeah. Well, guys, remember, as usual, be safe. Adhere to the protocols whenever necessary. Take whatever precautions you need to take to keep you and your loved ones safe. As well as remember to prepare yourself, prepare your body. I think this is a good opportunity for people to really take stock of their lifestyles, what they eat, their activity levels, stress, keeping stress to a minimum, just improving your overall health. Like, even if you think you're somebody who's healthy, or I don't drink no soda, like, that's funny too for me. Like, a lot of people, when they tell me like they're healthy, they go like, but I don't drink soda.
Okay, so
yeah, but yeah,
like, so the soda is not the benchmark for healthiness.
Yeah, like, I don't think that's all you have to do to be healthy. I don't drink Coke, but I think that this is a time to really look at your health and figure out ways to continually improve on it. So hopefully that's what the nation is doing. Hopefully that's what the nation is doing. A lot of people going to walk there. A lot of people walking on the bypass and the tennis where you're up. Wow. In my mind, I'm seeing and hearing every word except what the tennis. Not it. Oh, you know what it is? I mean, thinking tennis. I'm supposed to say golf course. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, that's wow. My brain had a moment just now. But yeah. Come on. I feel like somebody is messing with your zen.
Yeah, somebody is. You could see it changing, see the wrinkle come back. Somebody just instantly mess up my zen. Instantly.
But yeah, so what else we have going on? Let's move on for this Corona thing, bye.
Just a moment. So, let's talk about something that we've been discussing on the show for a while, and it was some updates. No, there's more updates, and this is the food truck vendors. So the space for the food truck vendors, because I remember a few weeks ago, let me just read the article. So, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Ron Dublin Collins, said that food truck operators are expected to occupy the new space north of Independence Square by Monday, October 4th. Speaking at the Prime Minister's press conference on Tuesday, the senior agriculture official said, "By Monday, we hope to have an official start of operations in that area," adding that the work is now complete, and this week we will see them setting up the site in terms of placement of the trucks in the area. He explained that the work was quite extensive, and we have seen collaboration between a few government ministries to make this possible. Repairing the sidewalls, fumigating the area, cutting and trimming of existing trees, installation of a waste management system, construction of bathroom facilities, and the laying of gravel is complete, and the area is now designed to accommodate 8 food truck operators. Mr. Dublin Collins further added that a 1,500-gallon underground tank was installed and security is also being addressed for the area. The statements were, while we see an increase in interest in the area, the idea was to provide for those who were in the area at the time, but the decision was made to move the vendors. In mid-July of this year, people across St. Kitts and Nevis, particularly small businesses, took to social media to air their grievances with the action taken by the government to have food vendors and mobile businesses halt their operations immediately in and around Bastia. So I think the important thing that's been happening here, there's also a picture included. So I mean, if you want to see what this looks like, you can head to withmediaskn.com and you can check out the article. There's a picture. Space has been, dressed up, painted, wall painted, bathrooms installed. But I think the biggest takeaway here is that this is for the persons who are in Bastia operating and were asked to move. This is not like people could just fling themselves here and then the persons who were previously operating Bastia get, tossed to the side.
Right. So there are persons who have been, like you said, have been asked to move. So the question is always, move where? Well, here is the where.
So the preference has been given to those persons. This is not a space that should be. I mean, I'm guessing if there's extra space, then it's kind of like a first come first serve thing. But the preference is being given to those who are told to move. Because, like Azim said, the question was, if we got to move from here, then where we go in. So they've been given a spot to go to. So I think that's great news.
Yeah, it's good news. It's another step in the right direction, at least with this story. I do believe, I always say that, well, not me personally, but business theory tells you that these types of clusters of businesses bode well for the businesses. So hopefully we see also an increase in revenue for these persons as a result of them all being in one place and being able to, to feed up the interest from other vendors in the area, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go check it out and see how it is and maybe support some of the businesses there. Next week, gotta say Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday, October 4th.
I'll check it about Thursday, man. Walk out the kinks. But yeah, hopefully the vendors are pleased with the space, and people go out and support.
Yeah, big time. Go out and support.
Indeed. Sound speech that cannot be condemned.
Yeah. Well, next.
Hey.
So let's talk about some regional news involving another tropical storm.
Can I keep up by?
Yeah. So there are currently no coastal watches or warnings in effect for Tropical Storm Victor, which has formed over the eastern tropical Atlantic. The U.S. National Hurricane Center says that as of 8 p.m., the center for Tropical Storm Victor was located near latitude 8.3 north and longitude 25.5 degrees west. Where is that?
Out in the sea somewhere.
It's close to the coast of Africa. Closer to the coast of Africa than us.
Yeah.
So Victor is
southeast.
Some far, but these things is just pull up on you. So,
well, the fact that they've been increasing in intensity so fast is
it's crazy.
Yeah, and that's why you have to kind of keep an eye on them from early.
Yeah. So actually, Victor is strengthening steadily and is expected to become a hurricane in a day or two. Tropical storm force winds are, currently extending outwards up to 60 miles an hour. But meanwhile, as of 5 p.m. yesterday, the center for Hurricane Sam was located over the Atlantic Ocean, about 385 miles northeast of the Leeward Islands. So is just doing his thing out in the ocean. Cool, enjoy. Sam is kind of steering away from land, which is not a bad thing at all. Go ahead, spin yourself till you stop spinning.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that we're able to avoid any serious storms this season. And I mean that's the case every season, but in particular right now with everything that's going on.
Yeah,
we don't want to complicate already complicated situation any further. So, yeah, man. But keep an eye, guys. And even though we hope for the best, you have to prepare for the worst. So, make sure that you're ready for the eventuality of hurricane passing. Batteries, water, documents in waterproof bags. Where things are. Canned foods, that kind of stuff. Make sure you're prepared. We know what to do. Do it. Oh, one of the things that I see people been really slacking under is the overgrown trees. Especially vacant lots hanging over into their properties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you love the breadfruit them, but you gotta trim it still. Those green breadfruit could be really serious missiles. So be careful.
Yeah, honestly. So, trim your stuff. Trim your trees. Make sure your stuff is on. Get somebody to come and look at your roof. Make sure it's secure. Get your supplies. Hurricane season is not over. What else? Your supplies. Get your water. Bottles of water. Store your bottles of water somewhere. Put your important documents in Ziploc bags. You could double Ziploc them if you want to be extra safe. Just do everything. Nothing is wrong with keeping them in a Ziploc bag anyway. So if they're already in Ziploc bag, then great. Putting them in a Ziploc bag from now, great. Because if something is to happen without you being able to prepare, they're already safe. Get your little emergency bag going. So, pack a little backpack with some clothing in, Ziplocs or garbage bags, something that keep them dry in case everybody has to get wet. But prepare. Don't wait till the time comes and then we all flood in supermarkets like we usually do. And you can't get this and you can't get that. And then you're arguing with the company for not having what you should have gotten a long time ago.
Great advice. We're just dropping gems to the bar.
Are we?
Bang. Oh boy.
Let's see what else we could talk about. So this is an interesting one. When I saw this one, I was like,
Please do share.
Recent reports have stated that there is now heat and hail in Trinidad.
Imagine that. What an unexpected twist.
But it's happened in St. Kitts a while back, and you hear a lot of
multiple times
talk about it often.
Bro, I have seen hail in St. Kitts. Upper Kayan.
Yeah. So see, a brief hailstorm occurred in Aruca in Trinidad, which is completely normal but a rare phenomenon. So social media pages were littered with videos and photos of pea-sized ice solids that began falling from the sky shortly after 1 p.m. This was concentrated between the areas of Aruca and, I'm going to butcher this, Takariga.
Our Trini people would enlighten us.
Yeah, would have going to argue with me. But the Express contacted meteorological. The Met Office.
Yes.
The Met Office in Piarco, and officials said that they confirmed the reports and explained why it happened. Senior meteorologist Carol Subrath Ali said that the right conditions were present, which began with the afternoon's very well-developed thunderstorm that had been concentrated mostly over the east of Trinidad. She said yesterday's temperatures, with a high of almost 34 degrees amid humid conditions, led to the formation of what a well-developed thunderstorm was described to be. She said within the storm, there were strong rising motions inside the cloud, known as updrafts, and strong descending motions, guess what, known as downdrafts. So these updrafts took raindrops up to the cold areas of the cloud and formed ice pieces. With the ice pellets in the upper sections of the cloud becoming too heavy, they fell under normal circumstances and would have melted. They fell, and under not normal circumstances they would have melted. However, because they got caught in the downdraft, there was no time for the melting, and they, of course, slammed to the ground in ice. So, very fascinating, to be honest, just to make how all this happened, but, you know.
Yeah, there's been a few times that has happened here as well. And of course, when it happens, everybody think that God coming for you all. But yeah, it's like you said, it's normal, but it's rare.
Yeah, normal phenomenon, but rare.
Yeah.
Especially since we live in a hot climate.
Yeah.
But if the conditions are right, it will happen.
Yeah.
So
I've seen people's get little dents on their hoods and stuff like that. I've only seen it. The only place I've seen it happen personally was Upper Cayenne, but I think it's happened in several places across the island before. So yeah, I mean, but the thing about it, because it's so rare, it's something to behold. It's something to behold. By the way, speaking of rare, but it's just me. Like you feel like we seen a lot of like lunar and solar events more regularly lately. I feel like my parents would talk about maybe there's a one solar eclipse in the entire lifetime, and then I come and I don't see about 3 or 4 of them. It's just me, or are things kind of moving kind of weird? Might just be me. Okay.
No, very.
Yeah, because I remember when I was like in second farm, we had a solar eclipse, and it was this huge thing. You know, everybody made the pinhole cameras and all them kind of things to look at it, and we couldn't look up in the sky. And I was like, but wait there, I feel like the next 2 times we had some eclipses, they happen kind of fast behind one another. I don't.
They were very close. They were like close.
Yeah.
Like almost back to back.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, there's a God coming for you all, so. Yeah, these things that happen in the last days.
Grab your Bible.
No, but we had a caller calling a few shows ago. I was mentioning that all these things have been foretold.
It's prophecy.
No, the funny thing about it is, so who really foretold it?
I could foretold anything.
No, because for instance, like, you know, like Nostradamus and his predictions, right? But that don't mean Nostradamus was the first to say it.
Right. And like I said, I could predict anything too. I could predict that in the next 20 years there's going to be a hurricane.
Wow.
You can't prove me wrong at the moment, but I bet you in 20 years, if there's a hurricane and I was profound enough to be recorded,
Wow.
then they're going to be like, oh my God, he was right.
Yeah, you were, yeah. Because really and truly, you only got 2 options. You only got right and wrong. So, I mean, it's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, you could either be, and the thing is too, if you're wrong, then
Yeah.
nothing wrong, then
Yeah. Why Jade want us to start the rapture?
right.
There was this movie when I was young. I remember we had the VHS. The VHS tapes. By the way, what people been doing with the VHS tapes? Like my family still got them like in the cabinet thing.
I think all of us do.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I don't know if there was something being done with them that I didn't know about. No? Okay. But we had this VHS, this movie on VHS, and it was this End Times. It was one of them End Times movies. I remember looking at that when I was very young and thinking to myself, this can't be how this thing gonna work out. Like, this can't be the plan. Like, at first I was kind of like scared, and then after like watching it like 2 or 3 times, I was like, this can't be. Like, all the cars crashing when people like just disappear. I was like, I remember I was young, I was very young, so I was like, God, I'm gonna just take people parents from them and then leave them here. Like, what I gonna do? Like, who can cook?
That is your concern.
Who can cook? Like, what's your concern? Because at what age is like you're responsible for yourself? And you can't like you check where I'm coming from. Like, at what age are you responsible for your own salvation?
I get no, that's a valid point. At what age do you become responsible for yourself? The standard is 18, no?
So if they rap job now you below 18, then it's like, you get a free pass.
You get to skip the rapture. Come back in a bit.
Yo, if that's to happen, right, they're gonna just buy. I feel like that would be just one of the aliens gonna probably be watching the movie. They're like, wow, okay, finally getting juicy. Finally getting juicy, boy. But I realized Jade is actually very obsessed with the rapture. You realize she always talking about it? She always talking about it.
Jade is but remember with Jade, the conspiracist, you know.
Yeah.
Jade like she enjoys these type of things. Like, I'm sure if there's like a rapture series, Jade don't watch it.
But speaking of which, I've finished Squid Game, and episode 6 really was the episode where it just
told you. And then the last episode upset you because then you feel like you waste your time.
Well, you see what happened was that I had identified that. Okay, before we even continue, spoiler alert, anybody watching Squid Game?
Don't spoil them, just leave them.
Okay, we'll give them a little more time before we talk about it.
We'll give them a little bit, and we're another week.
Yeah, but what's next? Well, like, what next to watch? I haven't really had time to watch anything, but you know what I'm probably gonna get back into? I'm probably gonna rewatch Power and then get into the spin-offs. Because the BMFs, the BMF series starting this weekend, I think.
What's BMF?
Black Mafia Family, like, it's like,
oh
yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna rewatch Power, and that's probably gonna take me a long time because the last couple seasons got kind of weird for me, where it was just like too much things where I was like, that would never happen.
I need to watch Power, to be honest. I watched a few episodes of the first season, and I was in college when it was going on, and I didn't have the time to commit to it because I knew if I had gave myself the time to commit, I wasn't gonna do no work.
Right.
So I stopped watching it, and then it came to the point where I felt like I was too far behind to begin. So,
you know what was this show that I had started watching, and it was like it was never gonna end, but it was also one of those shows that if you miss one episode, every episode was a plot twist. Lost. You ever watch Lost?
No, but I've heard of it many times.
You need to go back and watch Lost. Like, you need to like binge watch Lost. Every episode is a plot twist, but it's just long. Like, it went on for like about 25 years. I don't even know how much seasons of Lost is there?
Probably like 28.
It went on for a while. But that was a good show too. Searching to figure out what's happening next. After I get into this, I'm probably gonna do the spin-offs from thing. There's one with Tariq. There's one with I think Raising Canaan right now is the one that's out. So I'm gonna have to go and check all those out. For those of you who don't watch TV, I understand, but boo.
Well, there's something else that I haven't watched as yet, which is, I'm gonna try to pull it up quickly. That's like one of those this is a good show. Clickbait, I think it's called.
Yeah, I watched Clickbait. It was good. Clickbait was good. Everybody telling me I should watch this one. You?
Oh, you haven't done.
I haven't watched You.
You watched You?
No, I haven't watched You. I feel like, I think for me it's just like, I'm a big fan of Dexter. So I feel like when somebody told me the premise, I was like,
same.
It's not.
I don't like that. Do that when people compare Dexter and You. They're not the same.
Okay.
Not because the person has issues, meaning the show is the same.
Right. I got you.
Not the same. Like, I could see why they would reference Dexter, but it's not. It's nothing close to Dexter.
Okay. So see that gives me a little more hope now. So like I'm like, okay, it's different. Let me check it out.
Because somebody told me the same thing. Oh, it's like Dexter, but I had already watched the first season, and I was like, no, it's not.
Like, right.
How Dexter did come in this conversation? That's like me telling you that Power and Breaking Bad are the same show because they
both have drugs in it. Yeah, I get you.
No,
I get you.
Show.
Yeah, Breaking Bad is a wicked show though. One of my faves.
A solid fave.
Yeah. I'm looking for a good apocalyptic sci-fi type show though. That's why I'm in the mood for lately. And Netflix hasn't been giving me that vibe.
I don't think there's any.
You see how funny this is. Jay this here saying that it's Dexter-ish, just way less murder. So who I must believe? I'll go with Kevin. See. I'll go with Kevin. I don't even know why I was. Jade.
You see why my piece was broken?
Jade is the one who broke a piece.
She broke it in advance and she didn't even know.
Oh, but let's recenter. Let's gather ourselves, gather emotions. Yes. Awesome.
And in the comments break.
But let's go. Let's do another.
Let's do another one. So, let's talk about regional again. This one is a Haiti article. So, Haiti's Prime Minister dismisses the Electoral Council.
He did what? Dismisses. Yes, I saw the article. Ooh.
Yeah, you did.
What Jade saying? Right.
I can't read the article.
Jade say I can't read the article?
No, Jade put the article I can't read.
Oh. Let me see if I could read it. Let me see if I can read it.
It goes to another one where we try to get that one.
Yeah.
So there's a person. So the other day we spoke about a missing teen in Florida. Missing teen in Florida, and the person of interest has been found, but dead.
Go ahead, talk. Because when I was talking last week, I was watching me like a crazy. But go ahead, talk.
I didn't say that.
Go ahead. Update the people.
So, a 27-year-old man who was described by law enforcement as a person of interest in the case of a missing teen was found dead on Monday. Orange County Sheriff John Mina told the Orlando Sentinel that Armando Manuel Callebo, a maintenance worker at the Orlando apartment complex where 19-year-old Maya Marcano lived. He became a person of interest after reportedly using a master key to enter her apartment on Friday afternoon. Oh no, this is different.
This is a different story. Yeah.
So Marcano, who has not been seen since, had previously rebuffed the romantic gestures. Maya is missing, said Mina. We are still doing everything to possibly find her. Mina said that foul play was suspected in the disappearance of the teen. My contacts are betraying me today. So prior to the discovery of Kayebo's body, an arrest warrant has been issued for illegally accessing the apartment of the teen. Mina said that the cause of death was likely suicide, but they did not detail it any further. Marcano's family had asked for the public's help in tracking her down and believe she is still alive, but possibly in danger.
A lot of people believe that, unfortunately, she's no longer with us.
I have to sadly say the same.
I mean, hopefully they find her in whatever state. Hopefully alive, but if not, at least some closure to the. And possibly the family could get some answers.
Yeah, my thing is, like, if he decided to, like, tap out, I don't think he would have tapped out and left her alive, if that makes any sense.
I got you.
We don't really see that happening, but, you know.
Murder, suicide.
Yeah, we could keep the hope, and, you know, hope ain't bad. But.
Actually, the world got some wicked people here.
Wicked.
The world got some wicked people. Hey, watch here, the thing about it, right? I don't know if you have this thought, but sometimes I'll be walking in town or at an event or something and just walking around and just be like, bye. You know, you probably got like 3 murderers in here right now.
Just so. Easy so.
Easy so, like, it's like, but what the murder over there that's bouncing hard, no? Then you have to think about it, yeah, like these people go to the supermarkets. Like they go to church.
They go to work.
Yeah.
They do everything. They walk in between us.
Imagine you go pick up your bread from a murderer, bye.
Now, do you have murder bread?
Bye. You just never know, bye. You never know. Keep your head on a swivel here. In the immortal words of the exalted group of men, the Wu-Tang Clan, protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck. Be careful. Don't pick up no murder bread.
That sounds like a drill song, bye.
Murder bread.
Murder bread. Could just hear that over a drill beat right now.
Murder bread. Can you have some murder bread?
Oh my gosh.
Murder bread. Are we getting this article? Because Jade sent me an article I can't view.
No, I can't open it either. They asked me to subscribe.
Yeah, that's what they had to do. And it costs 1,000 something. But in
Yeah, a little bit out of my budget. A little bit out of my budget.
You're not a budget. In order to have a budget, one must have funds.
Yeah, indeed.
So, shrug. So a probe finds 80 alleged sex abuse cases linked to the WHO's DRC work.
I saw this. Go ahead, talk about it because yeah, this one was on a level.
I read this already. A different.
Yeah.
Public.
I saw it on YouTube. I was looking at the news on YouTube and go ahead. Tell the people what's going on.
An independent investigation commissioned by the World Health Organization has identified more than 80 alleged cases of sexual abuse during the Global Health Agency's response to an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the DRC, including allegations implicating 20 staff members. The 35-page report released on Tuesday exposed the most wide-scale sexual wrongdoing linked to a United Nations institution in years, committed by personnel hired locally as well as members of international teams in the country from 2018 to 2020. It described how Jolian, said to be the youngest of the alleged victims, had recounted that a WHO driver had stopped to offer her a ride home as she sold phone cards on the roadside in the town of Mangina in April 2019. Instead, he took her to a hotel where he says that she was raped by the person. The alleged victims were not provided with the necessary support and assistance required for these such degrading experiences.
Like these situations are difficult under any circumstances, right? But it's complicated by the fact that these are the people who are sent there to help you.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing what does make these kind of stories feel so much more atrocious, because these the people who's supposed to be there helping you. The whole purpose
is there to help you.
Is to help you.
And this is why, though, we can't get upset when we see people who don't trust these systems, because they've seen these systems that are put in place to help them, and these systems have done the opposite.
Yep. And I think that people that feel like mistrust, they just come out of the blue. Nope. No. Even if the mistrust came out of the blue, I can't even blame people about it for that. But when there's these types of experiences, when there's these types of evidence available, you can't fault people. You can't fault people for questioning the motives, questioning the sincerity of these institutions.
Yeah.
I think there's some cases. I think there's some cases where, let me say a lot of cases. I think there are a lot of cases where particular persons or particular elements within the organizations give the organizations a bad name and a bad rep and all of that. But I can't tell who is who, and at the end of the day, all of them is you, right? It's like the story about the saying about snakes in the pit, right? So like if there's a bunch of snakes in a pit, it don't matter if I tell you like, but some of them in there is garden snakes, they don't bite. The garden snakes don't bite. I mean, going in the pit. So because the garden snakes don't bite, I must go in there with the cobras.
If I want to go in there with snakes, that's it.
I'm not going in the pit. I'm not going in the pit. And the thing about it, when these things happen, a lot of times what justice looks like for these people leaves a lot to be desired. It leaves a lot to be desired. A lot of times, even if you do figure out exactly who the victims are, finding ways to even help them is it leaves a lot to be desired.
And then the statement, I don't want to say rub me the wrong way, but something that's like reading this article and then seeing that I've seen in the other article I read when it says that they weren't provided the necessary support that they needed.
Exactly.
How were they expected to be given resources by the persons that betrayed
the perpetrators? Yeah, the perpetrators in the first place.
The persons that were there to help them, put them in harm's way directly, and then were supposed to refer them and give them support. So I must shoot you in your leg and then give you CPR? And give you first aid treatment? Like that statement just blows my mind, because it's like, how would they be given the resources they need if of course the perpetrators are going to come and say, hey, I just did this bad thing, and I think they might need some therapy, some counseling, some medical assistance.
Yeah, and a lot of times what this proves is that when some of these people go into these places that obviously need assistance, and they decide that like, yeah, assistance, that ain't really what they're there for. I mean, look at the amount of millions of dollars that we're trying to talk about the Haiti situation. Haiti is one of the most classic examples where you have aid that ain't really aiding. aid that ain't really aiding.
That's the crazy part. You have aid that ain't really aided.
But yeah, millions and millions and millions of dollars. And you're still trying to figure out where this money gone. Where this money gone. We go in, we control the resources. We're not we. But the industrialized nations, they go in, they control the resources, and then they extract what they need and they leave.
They leave and leave you there to recover on your own with no resources.
Yeah. Yep. And then penalize you for it. You show up to the IMF. The IMF want to come and then impose more things that can make it even worse.
Yeah.
Alright.
Over it.
World politics is a mystic thing.
Mystic beyond belief.
Yeah. But I mean, hopefully, it's like I want to be able to say like the nice things, like hopefully the victims get the support they need and blah 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 blah. And it's like, what are you really saying? Like I catch myself in the middle of the thought and was like, what are you really saying? Oh.
I'm gonna find another article for us to read, something lighter, because Jay gave us the swampy stuff today.
But there's all these things happening in the world that just really, really bringing you down, and it getting to the point where I feel like I might need to done with the news. By the news ain't giving me good vibes. The news has not been giving me good vibes, but I think it's just a matter that we focus on that a lot. It's the thing that gets clicks. It's the thing that brings people back. Sensationalism is a real thing and it sells, right? It brings eyeballs, and eyeballs right now mean money, especially in this climate. Yeah, especially in this online climate. So yeah, I don't see a shift coming unless you listen to Untitled show on Thursday.
Only good news.
Yeah, this evening, only good news.
I'm trying to find another article for us to read, something like, but everything I'm seeing is just like
dark,
sort of like not dark, but like clickbait, like stupidness.
Yeah, I got you. That's the other thing too. It's like, so on one hand you have the sensationalized headlines. And then on the other hand, everything else just seems like nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, and it getting very difficult to be able to sift through so much of the content to find things that really appeal to you. Like my Facebook feed is it's almost like a curated experience now, because I block so much stuff over the time, like people, pages that just kind of constantly post things that kind of just rub me wrong. Like I just kind of block them. I say rub me wrong. Sometimes it's just like people who just post like ridiculousness. Yeah, just block them. You have to, like, again, to a point where I really have to start curating my online experiences. So like my Twitter, I actually got a new Twitter and really curating who I follow, so I could actually feel more comfortable when I open the app. It was too much. So it's to a point now where I don't follow a lot of just
I try to
people.
do the same, but it still sneaks in some, because the place where I go for my news, I'm seeing that the Times is reporting that Donatella Versace is saying that sexy is not vulgar, it's powerful, and I'm just like, this isn't news.
Oh boy.
But I found some news-ish.
Some news-ish.
Ish. I don't really think it's news. It's important, but it's important. Understand? So, the ivory-billed woodpecker and 22 other species have been declared extinct.
Say that again?
The ivory-billed woodpecker and 22 other species have been declared officially extinct.
I actually saw this this morning. But yeah, Jade might be onto something with this rapture talk. But continue.
So after spending years and millions of dollars searching, the United States has given up on locating these 23 birds, fishes, and other species and have officially declared them extinct. Federal wildlife officials said on Wednesday that 11 birds, 8 freshwater mussels, 2 types of fish, and a bat, as well as a plant, have been declared extinct and removed from the endangered species list.
Who knows? They might be over the peninsula. They check over there?
If possibly, because we got day over there.
We got day over there. You never know where else over there.
Among them are the ivory-billed woodpecker, which was the largest woodpecker north of Mexico, as well as the Hawaiian forest bird, the Kauai-o, and the flat picto, which is a freshwater mussel. With climate change and natural area loss pushing more and more species to the brink, that was the time. I'm not reading this. Because we're going to go through the whole speech again. Our planet is dying, we need to do something now. But then factories still pumping millions of gallons of waste into the ocean, and I must use my reusable shopping bag.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with doing my part.
I don't have a problem doing my part too, but like my thing is stop coming at us who contribute like 1% and go after the people who contribute the 99%.
Yep.
Because we're doing what we need to do, but what they're doing, not pumping their gallons into the ocean and now pumping it into the forest.
Bro, how many more oil spills we gonna have? Like the oil spill them heating up to a lot of them right now, yeah.
Over it. Genuinely over it.
Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes wonder what the world would look like in another 100 years, and to be honest,
it's a scary thought.
Yes, it's a very scary thought. Very, very scary thought. I mean, we're looking at so much of the world right now on the threat of being underwater in our lifetime. I mean, talking about in a 100 years. I talk in our lifetime. You know how much of New York supposed to be underwater in 15 years? Bro, and the thing about it for me is that it doesn't seem to be inspiring any real change and any real effort. Is it so that it's just that capitalism trumps everything? So once money there to make by whatever else,
whatever money there to make, that's the end of that.
It might be that.
Pretty much.
I mean, look at a place like Venice. Like Venice, Italy. I mean, they literally had to install these walls that come out of the water to try and stop the flooding of the place.
That help because we're trying to fix the after effects and not fixing the cause. So we allowing ourselves basically to be cut and then putting a band-aid on it.
Yeah, and I think what happens is that a lot of times when we talk about these things, because we recognize that the effects of our actions now really won't be our problem, they're gonna be the generations following problem, then we just don't care. Because we don't see it as our problem. It's whoever can deal with it. And I think that's I mean that, and of course greed. But yeah, greed. Actually, most of the things in the world, right? That just totally screwing us as a race is really come down to greed here.
It's all about greed, honestly. You say it comes down to greed. It is all about greed.
Yeah.
But we be modest.
Bye.
Modesty here. I just passed another headline, and it's just like I'm trying to find something because we're gonna wrap up in a bit, but I'm trying to find something that's short that we could chat about quickly. But I just scrolled past something that just instantly upset me.
Do share,
I'll just
friend.
read the headline.
Yeah, do share.
A deaf man who couldn't hear police commands was tased and spent 4 months in jail.
Watch out, a lot of this nonsense happening still. There was one where that happened on the weekend, I think, in London, where a teen was brutally beaten because they mistook his afro pick for a knife. Yeah, bang up the fellow, like bang him up bad.
Ridiculous.
But I must say, if you're talking about good news, that one you just said sparked a memory. I think it was very recently. There was a black doctor who actually performed the first surgery to cure deafness. So yeah, I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's a black doctor, and yeah, so the first treatment to cure deafness has been performed and was successful. So things are happening. That's good news. Right? Yeah.
It's very good news.
And that's one of the things that I fear the most. Like, losing my ability to hear would be just, people always talk about, like, with sense they would be most willing to lose. I mean, we're willing to lose none. But I already could barely see, so but I use my ears, especially because of the work I do and the stuff that I'm involved in. I use my ears so much that it's a very scary thought. A very scary thought. Hey, you watch this movie with Godzilla versus King Kong? You watch a movie? Okay. I saw it last night on the TV, and I was like,
I've yet to watch that, and I've yet to watch the Mortal Kombat movie, which I still haven't heard. Well watched.
No, I watched the Mortal Kombat movie. movie. It was underwhelming. But the new Marvel movie, the Shang-Chi, I think that's the one it is. You watch it?
Not yet, but I'm going to. I've been hearing pure good things.
Yeah, everybody telling me is a good watch. So I want to go ahead and watch that. I want to up the movie still.
Hearing phenomenal things about it, so I can't wait to actually watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it, but we'll see. But Kevin, time is actually fast spent. It's a little before 10, but we actually want to wrap up because at 10 o'clock we have we're actually gonna be hearing from the ECCB digital dialogue. So that's why we want to try and wrap up so we could get that started on time. Yeah. Oh, somebody's agreeing with us. Witty says Shang-Chi was awesome. Mortal Kombat wasn't so hot. Agreed. Godzilla vs. King Kong was lit. Well, yeah, I saw it on TV last night. I have not watched it, but the graphics look cool. So I was like, oh, maybe I should check it out just for that. But yeah, Kevin, it is Thursday, and I think we had a cool conversation today, just chilling with our friends. Some people ground some gears, and we were able to just have a cool conversation. Like I said, hey, big up my Nevis people. Nevis people been reaching out, telling me they've been loving the show. I really appreciate you guys. And I had a big shout out as well. I need to get back to my daily shout outs. So my daily shout out for today is actually to the home care workers. You know, those people who go around, maybe retired nurses and such, who go around and check up on the persons who may be, dealing with either old age or some other or some physical condition where they're not really able to move around as much. Yeah, big shout out to them. That's a huge service. Sometimes I think it gets overlooked. Even when we talk about the nurses, sometimes we forget about those who go into the homes and spend time with people. Some of them cook. You know, for some of them cook for people on a daily basis and stuff like that. I think that's very admirable. But guys, it's almost Friday, and I'm really wishing you guys have a productive day, a safe day. And today gonna be a long one for me, but I'm thinking about it now. I'm done tired already. Like I just feel like I just rushing from one thing to the next today. But take some time for yourselves, guys. Be courteous. That's the moral of the story today. Be courteous. But if you listen to us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Win Media SKN, we appreciate you. Also, if you check us out on Win Media SKN's website, big shout out to you. All those of you who listen to us on the radio, yo, big up yourself. And we always talk about the employees who have us on in the offices. Trust me, that is a thing. This one lady tell me she has to just put it on in the office every morning. I appreciate it so much. Because without you, really and truly, we'd just be here banging them out and so really, we really need you guys to continue to be a part of it. Share the live, let people know about it, spread the word. And again, check us out on Island TSKN on Instagram, where you get clips from the show, excerpts, and also stay up to date with who we have as guests coming up. So guys, join us online in any capacity that you can. But Kevin, it is time. And guys, the Duke of Frigate Bay, the Prosecco Papi, the freak of neatness, the chapstick Don, the slim god himself, will now leave you with these few but important parting words.
Because remember that you can't be everybody's cup of tea, because you is not immortal. See you tomorrow.